Okay. So now this one's going to be about how you can harness your problems, how you can harness your um, how you can harness your problems, that you can harness what you've learned from your problems, how you can be more powerful than your problems. Like, what does that look like? How do you actually harness that? And to me, to say that if you're more powerful than your problems and you've already established that it didn't break you, it didn't end you, you found a way to adjust, you found a way to learn from it. And when you say you're going to harness it, what you're ultimately saying is that when you say that I'm going to learn from my situation, I learn from my situation. So you can learn what your root causes are. You can learn what your triggers are. You absolutely can learn all that, but at the same time, putting it into action is a completely separate situation. You've got to find a way to harness your lessons. If you go to the doctor and he gives you the diagnosis and he gives you the recovery plan and you don't go by it, you don't follow the program, you don't do what he asks of you, you are not harnessing it. You are not harnessing what you learned. You are not harnessing your adjustment. You are not harnessing the solution to your problems. Because if you say that my problem is alcohol, okay, you figure out why alcohol is your problem. You figured out what you do in those situations, but you don't put them into action. You don't put it into practice. Then you're not accomplishing anything. You have to put it into practice. And more importantly, let's go one step before that. You have to believe that you can harness it. Because you could have a very difficult situation on your hands and you found a way to adjust. You found what your root causes are, but you have to believe that you can harness it, that you can put it into action, that you can put it into practice. That's what you have to believe. You can't simply say, I have self awareness. I promise you, if you simply have self awareness and no action behind it and no adjustment behind it, you are going nowhere. There are plenty of people that have gone through years of therapy. They know exactly what their story is. They know exactly where they came from. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly why they're doing it. And they've been presented with options. And they don't execute on any of them. They don't do anything with any of them. They just simply have self-awareness. You're still in potential at that point. You're not actually into action. You're not becoming the person you need to be. You're still the person you were. You need to become the person that gets better. That means you got to harness it. You got to put one foot in front of the other and say, okay, I'm going to pick up this new knowledge and we're going to move forward. We're going to go down a different road. Or maybe it is the same road, but now I got some better shoes on my feet. Maybe it won't hurt so bad. But you got to harness it. You got to harness it. You got to believe that you can harness it. If you can't harness your lessons, you're going nowhere, I promise. So, guys, just please, once you learn about your situations, once you learn what the root cause is, you got to believe that you can harness it. You got to believe that if you get a tool, that you're going to be able to pick it up and use it. So that's what we're going to walk away with. We're going to walk away with believing that we can actually pick up the tools and we can use the tools that we find. See ya.